welcome back. Today we are going to be reacting to some tea. I don't know why I just like reacting to tea now. So we're gonna scroll down through here and see if we see any tea. Ooh. Ooh. Tea good. I think this would be the best one because we already talked about Jeffree star. I don't know how to spell her name.
Feel a bit strange about it because of what's going on in the world right now. People who have loved ones that have recently passed away aren't being able to have a proper funeral because of social distancing. A lot of families are resorting to cremation because of this. Not only that, but tons of people are passing away because of the virus alone. So it feels like a palette centered around the idea of cremation might not be the best.
Yeah, because they had to be in the hospital alone with no family. The family can't even come and see them when they have this stuff. Hard. And then all this stuff going around, which makes it worse because you're getting the coronavirus by partnering up together. Yeah, so
Best idea right now. Not only are people upset by the palette name, they're also upset by the name of the shades inside. A few of the shade names that have been really upsetting people are called Gravedigger, Life Insurance, Casket Ready, and The Morgue. Here's what people had to say about the palette. To those who find a cremation palette launch during a pandemic acceptable, please feel free to let the millions of families who've lost loved ones, were unable to have a proper burial, and had no choice but to have a cremation for their loved ones, why you feel so strongly. This tweet ended up going viral, and Jeffree responded to them and said, "Thanks for the free promo." A lot of people wondered why Jeffree couldn't just push back his launch until Halloween, when we'd hopefully be out of the worst part of the pandemic. In Jeffree's launch video, he mentions that this palette was supposed to launch in April, but had to be pushed back because of production. Since that means his palette has literally just been produced, if it had to sit in the warehouse for the summer, it wouldn't expire by Halloween. Someone on Twitter wrote, "I do not want to hear a single word about how these couldn't be pushed back." He didn't push it back due to the pandemic. He pushed it back due to production. These were literally just produced. He could have pushed it back to Halloween. Although there are some people that feel like even if it was released during Halloween, the whole concept of the palette would still be inappropriate. Here's what people had to say. Even without the pandemic, it's disrespectful as f*** in my opinion. But given the current circumstances, it's very disrespectful to bring out a palette surrounding death. I'm a huge fan of his makeup, but even if it were fall, especially now, it's really triggering and disrespectful to name eyeshadows Embalmed, Gravedigger, Life Insurance, Last Respects, and Goodbye. Sucks because I love the colors, but the palette would trigger me every day. So now let's talk about Jeffree's launch video for the palette. In the video, he says this collection is intended to be a goth-themed collection.
And we are bringing you 24 shades of gothic neutrals.
Jeffree also says cremated is a word that's in his vocabulary.
It is also a term that I like to use. You know when you are really
Smoky palette was a thing like 5 years ago. After getting a ton of backlash, Jeffree jumped on Snapchat to talk about the palette from his perspective.
And there's a lot of talk on Twitter. Now listen, cremated and any palette and anything I've ever created, it's my art. To me, it's not just an eyeshadow palette. It's way more than that. There's always so many meanings with my art. And that's what it is. It's mine. I created it for the world. It is allowed to be interpreted any way that anyone wants to take it. But I always come from a good place. And this palette is a fucking sick place in my life. So if you take it that way, that's how you.
The a ton of people who hate the idea of it and think it's highly offensive, and then there are people who think it's no big deal and people shouldn't be offended at all. I think a great statement that sums up this whole situation is, if people are upset about the name chosen and its release date, they're allowed to feel that way. You don't know what they've experienced in their life. Don't diminish their feelings and opinions just because they don't share yours.
I think it's kind of offensive to people because some people died from this, and then you're just saying goodbye in your pallet and all this kind of stuff, which make it really offensive. Yeah, because you don't know what people have been through or anything else, so you shouldn't be like naming your pallets after that stuff. So yeah. Okay, so we're just gonna leave it here. Bye guys, like, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the notification bell, comment down below, share this video. My Instagram is MALLORIE 37, no spaces or anything. Yeah, if you want to go follow me on that. Okay, so peace.